from today, my key takeaway is, obviously the legal risks are huge. I mean, in the public sector, I think that's front of mind for everybody. So I think that as more and more legislators go into, or more and more political people go into Twitter specifically, social media, it's hard to say because that encompasses so much, but specifically with Twitter, I think it'll be really, really exciting to see how they use it. So earlier I was talking about the main objectives and talking about the news feeds, and there's obviously campaigning and crisis communications and regular PR stuff, personal branding, networking. There's just so many opportunities in Twitter that I'll be really interested to see how each state, all the way from like the Utah Senate, how they tweet, all the way down to individual politicians and their staff. It'll be really interesting to see what states what they take away and what their main objectives are.
I mean, corporate America has embraced this, and there are a lot of success stories. So, would it be your advice that legislatures and government organizations need to learn from that?
I would say yes. I mean, I work for a corporation, so I mean, it would be hard for me to say no, but I would say that it's been such an asset to my social media strategy. I didn't start out with Twitter. I started out with a blog. And what actually happened is a blog is a really slow-going thing, and maybe in politics, a blog isn't really what you need. People are already blogging about you. You probably don't need to go out and tell them what you think because you are the voice of your constituents. And so I think it's really interesting for me. Twitter just became, it started out as a way to augment what I was doing with the blog, to find people who were interested in what I was talking about and kind of push it out to them another way. And what it really became was something completely different. It's in its own category. I mean, my Twitter, my following grows steadily. I've grown steadily since February when I started, February of this year, 2009. And it's just amazing to me the conversations I have, the connections I make, and then I go to a conference and I meet those people in person, and it's amazing because you feel like you know them, and it's so easy to go out in something like politics where networking is absolutely crucial. I think Twitter is such a great vehicle for extending your ability to do that, because when you meet someone in person that you've been tweeting with, you feel like you know them. You know what they like, you know what they don't like, you know their tone. It's amazing how you know their sense of humor. It's amazing how much you know about them. So you kind of get rid of all the small talk and you say, hey, I saw that your son had his writing lesson. How did that go? Now, you can't have that kind of interaction with people when you just shake their hand and move on down the line. And so I think it's really exciting. I think it's a natural extension of what politicians already do. I think getting over the fear of the legal risks and kind of embracing what your comfort level is really the key to getting started.
And one last question, one thing that you talked about that resonated with me is that this doesn't replace traditional PR outreach, does it?
No, not at all. I don't think that, even if all the newspapers went away, which I pray does not happen, you're never going to stop pushing things out through, you're never going to stop doing video interviews, you're never going to stop doing traditional press releases, you're not going to stop talking to journalists, reporters are not going to stop asking you questions. Really what this does, and I hate to use the word augment so many times, but it really just augments what you're already doing. It's really part and parcel to your PR plan. And so one of the things that Rick Cantrell touched on was his Press 3.0, which really looks at, what did I do traditionally and now what do I do? Push it out through Facebook, put it to the blog, follow up with the bloggers, do blogger outreach. It snowballs and it becomes, it really grows legs. And you could do it all the time and it would be a full-time job, but if you're not supporting it with traditional PR, the credibility isn't quite there yet. So you really want to take the traditional PR and the teams and the training that you have around traditional PR, and you want to use social media to just kind of extend what you're doing, push it out through different channels. I think the key with social media, Web 2.0, is going to people where they already participate. And that's something that social media lets you do. Maybe not everybody reads the paper or gets their news from the Austin American Statesman online or gets it delivered to their door, but they're probably on a blog, they're probably on Facebook. You got to find the thing, find where constituents go, and be there.